Hey everyone, welcome back to the Unleashing Potentials podcast. My name is Bernadette Desir. I am your host. I am so excited for this final episode for the end of the year, you guys. It's been quite an incredible few months. Who am I, you may ask? Some of you know me personally, some of you don't. I am a Haitian Canadian adoptee. I advocate for mental health. I'm a mother, daughter, a friend, and I'm just a lover to change the world. I want to help change the world and to help others heal one episode at a time. That's all it takes, one story at a time. So let's get started and let's dive straight to today's episode. So on today's episode, this is the final episode that you will hear on the Unleashing Potentials podcast. Wait for it. For the year 2022, you guys. So exciting. So this is the final episode that I'm recording for you guys, just to kind of wrap up the year with you. Because next time you hear me speak again, it's going to be 2023. I'm going to be coming up with lots of amazing, unexpected surprises that you guys won't even see coming. I can't tell you what they are because you can't see them coming. So on today's episode, I'm going to be talking about, mindset and wrapping up the end of the year and what it means, to embrace our success and failures, whether it's been throughout the year, whether it's something that just happened for you. I don't know. It may be different for you, and I know it's different for me for sure. So, let me see. Do I have any announcements? Nope. I don't have any announcement because I'm wrapping up everything, you guys. And I hope you guys are doing well. I hope your hearts are well. You guys, I hope you're also staying warm. If you're here in Calgary or other parts in Canada or wherever you may be around the world, if you're going through a deep freeze, I truly sympathize with you because it is very cold. And if you're in the US, I understand they do use Fahrenheit. I don't understand Fahrenheit. I understand Celsius, although I could compare it on Google and see what it is. But it's pretty cold. So the temperature reached up to, let's say, minus 32, 33. That's Celsius. And that's cold, you guys. I haven't been outside not for long at least. So I hope you're staying warm. All right. So because this episode is mostly Q&A questions and inspirations to wrap up the year, I'm going to start with some questions that are relating to me or the episode, right? Why not? So, one question that I get asked a lot, which I love, is why did I start a podcast? All right. I think I'm going to get that question for quite a while, which is also okay. So, to answer that question, I started this podcast, the Unleashing Potentials podcast, to share my stories with others through the lens of the hardships and things that I've faced. And I want to also encourage others to share their voices courageously with no fear, because I know what it's like to be terrified of being you, of being authentic, of sharing. So I'm literally inviting people, anyone who is willing or brave enough to come on the podcast, to always share their stories and to give them the platform and a safe, welcoming place to do so. And I create a podcast, to talk about the elephants in the room, to have those difficult conversations that we need to have. At times we know we need to have them, but we don't have them. not because we don't have the ability to have them or the voice to have them, but we hide behind our walls and shelter ourselves in, and we don't talk about them. At times, it could be because of fear, of judgment, of what people may think if you come out to talk about certain topics, right? So I'm offering that platform. I want to be crazy, crazy bold, with passion and with the fire to invite people to share uh, whatever they want to share, right? Um, and also, my logo on the podcast is Healing Together, because I believe healing it's an inside job, but it's also an outside job. It takes those two components together to trigger it and for it to happen, right? Why I started a podcast, all right? Um, to break barriers, to welcome society, to have the voice as one, to share. Also, to share our stories, our trials, our joys, because all of us have a story. I don't think I'll ever keep saying that. I'll never stop saying it. I mean, all of us have a story, right? Most importantly, is to share our stories, because I believe all of us have a stories that are worth hearing, stories that are worth celebrating and shared. And I believe together we can share our stories and create connections and reach different heights and find the strength in each other's struggles and celebrate achievements together. And most importantly, like I've said, is it's to promote healing, because healing is hard, healing hurts, and healing causes more pain. But it's a different type of pain if you can endure it. You will know the difference when you're healing or when you're actually hurting, because none of us get a ticket out of this. We got to heal together. Whether you choose to do it alone, it is very hard to heal. So that's one of my big mission for the podcast, is to do that. Okay, I'm going to go to the other question that I get asked a lot. Where are you from? I'm from Haiti, Port-au-Prince, Haiti. I was born and raised there until I was 14, 15. Yeah, when did I come to Canada? That's another question. I came here 2005. Yeah, if you do the math, over 15, 16 years, I believe. Let's see. Oh, there's another question I get asked. What are my short term and long term goals for the podcast? Okay, short term is to obviously ground myself and get this thing started. I've started, that's what's important. But in all is to invite people to share. I want to help people create and recreate the visions in themselves and share. Share. I will echo this again and again, to share, for people to express themselves and for them to accept themselves. Essentially, I want to help people heal. Okay, to put it in that aspect. Um, yeah, long term, I want to create, I think, a community centers, or we'll start with one, and then over time build it, where anybody can come to share whatever they want to share, through arts, through music, through stories, and whatnot. That is all that I know of this part so far, right? Because everything is subject to change. I can't say I know 100% and kind of pin everything down and give you all the answers that you want to hear as to why I have a podcast. All right. I do know that I want to be a voice, not an echo. I want to help people, and I want to help people find themselves and find joy again and happiness again. And and I want people to follow their dreams and to not quit, regardless of who is judging them on whatever they're doing. I want people to keep fighting and find themselves. All right, let's get to the juicy parts of this episode, you guys. I'm going to be asking some questions of what's been happening for you this year. All right, so let's start with the first question. Okay, what are some things that you're grateful for? I am grateful for warmth, for heat. I'm grateful for my kids, my family, friends, and my kittens. I just got 2 kittens. I'm grateful for them. And I am so grateful for everyone who supports me, who are by my side with me, who are encouraging me with my journey and the podcast and many other things that I've achieved or have failed, and they've encouraged me to keep trying, to get up and try again, right? I'm grateful for the abundance of joy and love that surrounds me. I hope you are too. At times, we are so busy focusing inwardly, and we miss out on the small blessings, you guys, that are on the outside that surrounds us. Example, if you have choices of food, uh, warm, clean, fresh water, you have a partner, loved ones, and families, and friends, and kids, and many other things that makes you who you are and who helps you become who you are. These are very, very beautiful things to admire and be grateful of. I'm grateful for my health. You guys, as you all know, there's been so many different types of sickness that's been going around. Respiratory viruses and flu and other things that's been going on. If you're not sick, please rejoice and please find the will to celebrate that, because many will not be spending Christmas with their families or loved ones. And to add on to that, many don't have families or loved ones near, or they're not in contact with them, or they're just alone and by themselves. So if you're not spending the holidays, the New Year's alone, please find the wisdom and strength to celebrate that. All right, I'm going to go to the next question. I love these questions because they do make me think, good, the good kind of thinking. All right, let's go to the next one. What are some things that you've learned this year? What haven't I learned? I've learned so much. And the thing about learning is that lessons can teach us. It can build us, and it can raise us, and lessons can help us heal. And through lessons, we can grow, right? So, some things that I've learned this year, I've learned that, well, first of all, I started a podcast, all right? This is going to be a memorable year for sure, even though it's coming to an end for me. I've learned to follow my heart, to follow my dreams, regardless of the obstacles. The interesting thing about obstacles is that they never fully go away. You may get rid of one or more, but guess what? They keep coming back like raindrops falling on you. They just keep coming back. I've just learned to follow my vision, my heart, and my dreams, regardless of how much I'm going through. I hope it's the same for you. I truly do. Oh, one word. What is one word that you would use to describe this year? I wish I didn't put just one because there's so many words. I would say growth. Growth for sure. I have grown vastly over the year of 2022. All right. The next question is, what's your favorite movie or show of the year that you've been watching? I'll answer that for myself as well. You guys, I've been watching The Chosen. If you've never heard of it or seen it, just Google it and it will come up. It is amazing, inspiring, it's beautiful, it's moving. I don't know if I have enough words to describe The Chosen, the cast, the people who put it together is just beautiful. So if you've never heard of The Chosen, here's what it is. It's a TV show based on the Bible story, and the way they put it together is just incredible. So next year, I think twice or three times a month, I'm gonna slowly do the Bible. I'm hoping in a year. So I'll add little pieces of the Bible, kind of blended in with separate episodes. I don't know how that's gonna happen yet. I'm not that far yet, but yeah, that's what's gonna happen or might happen. I'm still thinking about it. Oh, my favorite movie is Sing 2. Me and the kids, we watched Sing 2. It's funny, okay? It's well put together and it's inspiring. I love it. What's most embarrassing moment of the year? I mean, why just one embarrassing moment? I would say, I've struggled in the beginning of the podcast with lots of different things, right? Because I'm not a professional at this, you guys. All right, I ain't, and I find that I'm learning as I go, right? Editing and removing separate things. Um, Maybe there's been some glitches here and there. I wouldn't necessarily say they're embarrassing. It would be learning, I guess. Let me go to the next question. Time you laughed the hardest this year. I laughed when I got my kittens. They're so joyful and playful. They are, they're full of life, and they make me laugh. Okay, and my kiddos make me laugh as well. Oh yeah. What are some challenges you've faced this year? What are some challenges I haven't faced this year? I would say, being sick, that's been a challenge, right? Some of you might know that I do have back issues, which I'll open up about more next year, and raise a bit more awareness around that. Um, I would say getting sick. You guys, I was so sick, it's stupid. I was so sick with, I think it's the flu, or it was. I don't know what it was, but it was bad. If you've been sick, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I don't even have to go in details, okay? Your girl was so sick, but I'm feeling better. And I know lots of other people who's been sick, and I can only imagine how incredibly challenging that must have been or is if you're still sick. I'm sending you my love, and I hope you're doing well wherever you may be at. I hope you're doing well. Um, looking at my questions. Something you've learned or something you've learned or have never done before. Okay. I'm not a professional singer. All right. If you've heard me singing, I can really damage some notes. So I'm learning how to sing. Why? Because I can, and it brings me healing, and I love it. And for the longest time, I did not want to sing. Why? Because people said I couldn't. And therefore, I shut that part of me, I shut off that gift. I believe it's a gift when we are able to express ourselves in whatever formal ways, right? So I would say, yeah, I learned to sing. Heck, I started a podcast and I paint, and I'm just learning so much every day. There's so much knowledge and wealth in curiosity and the hunger to learn. I hope you always find the thirst and hunger to continue to learn in this life, because there's so much, so much that maybe you haven't discovered or know of yet. I hope you keep that hunger, my friend. Let me jump to the other question. All right. Do. Oh, yeah. For the previous question, I would say, social media, managing it and whatnot. Um, Biggest lesson that I've learned is that life is beautiful, and it is what we make it. Just because we fail at something, it does not make us a failure, right? Next question I have here. Favorite place you visited this year? I went to Kamloops in BC this year to visit family. It used to be my home for a bit when I first moved to Canada, and it remained to be my favorite place because that's my first love, I would call it, since when I moved to Canada, since I moved, right? And I like it. I like the mountains and the people there. I really enjoy it. All right. Let's see. Let's look at some memorable moments of the year. I would say the podcast and, having and creating connections, new friends. Yeah. Okay. Next one. Best advice received this year. Um, to try again, to not let go, to not give up, to be positive, to stay positive, to stay grounded, to keep my head up high, to not let the struggle, the pain, the suffering, the rejections eat me, because it within less than a second, it can eat anybody. So I've learned to overcome, to fight, and I've also learned to lift others up. I've learned that. Okay, what are some people that I'm thankful for? Oh, geez, the list is endless. If I missed your name, if I left it out, please know that you are in my heart, right? I want to thank all the special guests who have been on the podcast. I've had, I believe, up to 9 or 7 special guests. You know exactly who you are. Thank you so much. And I'm thankful for life, for friends, for families, for my kids. And I'm thankful for lessons I've learned. And I'm thankful for failures. And I'm thankful for achievements. And I'm thankful for success. And I'm thankful for you guys who listen to my episodes. I am so thankful. I do this for you, from my heart to you, for you. Thank you. And I love sharing stuff like that because I learn from it. As always, to wrap up this episode, thank you for everyone who have been by my side, who supported me, um, who has taught me lessons. And thank you to those who were in my life, who left, and those who stayed. And thank you to new friendships. Thank you to lessons. And thank you to those who support me, right? And it's no easy job to have dreams as big and as bold as I do. I used to dream so small that I got sick of small. And I hope you never settle for small. I truly hope you never settle for less than, because you are so, so vibrant and precious and love and full of light. And I hope you find the strength to See how beautiful you are, how marvelous you are, how much magic you create on a daily basis, and how impactful your words, your journey are to those who surround you, at times those who are not around you. And I hope as you go into the new year that you don't settle for less, because you deserve the best. Less is the least that you deserve. You deserve so much more than you give yourself credit for. And I hope, in the year of 2022, as we still in it, that you reflect on everything. Reflect on things that you like, things that you don't like, because obviously the things that we don't like will always bring pain to our suffering. But my friends, I don't know where you're at in your journey in this life. Maybe you're where you want to be, where you thought you would always be. Maybe you haven't even taken a step to where you should go. Maybe you don't know where to go. Do you go left or right, up or down? Do you say anything, or do you just stay silent? Maybe you're just stuck. You're stuck in a rut, in a thinking pattern um, that just viciously eats you year after year. Maybe you're just yearning for that small crack of light to come through your windows to shine hope and love on you. Maybe you're just tired of trying over and over, tired of being strong to the right people, to the wrong people, tired of being tired, sick of being sick. My hope is to help you understand that your suffering has meaning in it, and it has meaning for you to find out, to discover. And I hope that, throughout 2022, that the challenges that you faced, the small victories that you've had, the failures, the achievements, and even the criticism, whether it's self-criticism or you've been criticized by others, I hope you don't take all those to heart, because the heart is such a beautiful, precious organ. If we put too much on it, in it, around it, it will crash, my friend. I hope you find the will to lift the burdens that are crushing you down, that are putting weight on your heart today and for the rest of the year, because it is not good for you to feel alone. It is not good for you to experience alone. It is not good to be alone. And I know the holiday season is so hard for some. For some, it is not a joyous season, even though they're surrounded by lots of people, lots of family, lots of friends. Even if they're surrounded by few or many. But the season can bring so much pain and so much joy at the same time. Isn't it obvious? Isn't it interesting that it does what it does to us, how it does it? Isn't it marvelous? How we can feel so much joy and so much pain at the same time? Isn't it interesting? How we can say nothing and say so much, how we can feel so little and feel so big at the same time. I hope that you find you, continue to fight for you, And please understand that there will always be people who will tell you who you are, who you're not. And throughout the year, even up to this date, maybe you failed. Maybe you wanted to achieve something and you did not do good at it at all, and you see that as a failure. But I'm letting you know to see that as a lesson, to retry again, because when you failed the first time, you learned something the first time. And when you failed the second time, there's even more knowledge there. And the third time, you're a winner that you must realize and honor. I hope throughout the year, through ups and downs, through tears and joy, through sadness and hate, through courage and resilience, to peace and chaos, through sickness and health, through it all, that you have learned something, that you have grown as a person, that you have continued to grow. Because growth is on your side, only if you would team up with it. I hope you have learned more and more of what you needed to learn. And here's the good part, my friend. Your learning never stops. It never stopped when you were hurting. It never stopped when you felt joy. And it's not going to stop for another year. Just because there's a brand new year, it's not going to stop. It's only going to get better. So keep hoping, keep loving, and keep finding you. All right, you guys. So to wrap up this episode, I'm just going to share a few quotes with you guys. I find them to be very comforting and eye-opening and true. The first one is by Daniel Dobie. It starts, "Here's to the end of this chapter, to all the late nights, early mornings, learnings gained, and experiences shared. Here's to the hardships that became our teachers, to the heaviness that have taught us how to rise again, and to the people who would stop the world to sit and celebrate our presence. Here's to the times we choose feeling over disconnection, freedom over perfection, courage over what's known and certain, and doing the work. Here's to releasing what wasn't ours to keep. Here's to holding our palms wide open to our blessings. And here's to taking one step forward into hope plus possibility of tomorrow." Another quote that I love as well. It's by Selena Lloyd. "As the year draws near to a close, take time to look back and assess how far you've come. Be proud of your achievements, however small or significant they are. Look forward to chasing your dreams next year and using the lessons learned to positively shape your future. May this year be the best year ever."